we are at risk. As you've seen at the title, yes, LEGO Dimensions is dying. Simple as that. And there's already been a terrible amount of damage done to the game that we can never get back. So what's up, everybody? The TailsGamer06 here, and shout out to Goblin Bricks and shout out to Goblin Bricks and Lego Man Cam for being the first two YouTubers to explain these issues. But anyways, let's get to it. So of course, if you were back in 2015 or so, or 2000, if you were a gamer back in 2017 or 2006, or 2015 or 2017, you would know what LEGO Dimensions is. And of course, and now the game is dead. And with that, there's no more packs, and the game's not being updated and that stuff. So, of course, now it's on the aftermarket, which there's no digital release of the game yet at all, as it was only unlike Skylanders and Disney Infinity. The game was where they would release a game every year. LEGO Dimensions would actually need just one game that is just physical, with no digital version that exists. Now, with the game now retired, of course, it's on eBay, only on eBay now. So, as you would think, so with that, there's no more. Oh, what the? Yeah, I messed up. Oh yeah. With that, if you think the game is now expensive at the aftermarket, and with this, the game is now slowly dying, and here's what's going on. So of course, there are 2 years. Year 1, which is blue tag, and year 2, which is yellow tag. Now, the blue tag would not require any downloads or anything, but year 2 would require the yellow tags would require an online download in order to be accessed. Now, I know you could be thinking, oh, this is fine, of course. I could still do the downloads, as the internet still works, of course. Yeah, that's what you might think, but here is how that's wrong in multiple ways. As this is now a 10-year-old game, basically only being released on certain systems of that generation, which is the PS3, Xbox 360, Wii U, Xbox One, and PS4, where the problem right now lies around the Wii U and Xbox 360 version of the game, where their storefronts have completely shut down. Now, of course, with that, you would think, now imagine this, you go to the store, and you basically spend a ton of money for some figures and vehicles, only to see you can't access any of these stuff without the downloads. Now, here are the franchises I know of that are now lost media, and I say lost media because these online stores have shut down permanently, and with that, there's no more. When I say lost, sorry, there was something interrupted, but when I say lost, it means like these online stores are permanently shut down, and with no possible ways to get them back. The franchise I know is gone is Fantastic Beasts, Sonic the Hedgehog, Adventure Time, The Powerpuff Girls, Teen Titans Go, and there's a lot of more. I probably shouldn't have counted it, but still. There's a ton of more stuff that's lost and with no way to get them back. And with that, you could see you could tell which is lost and what's not lost because of the yellow tags. Anyways, with that, next thing that's wrong with the game is that the console, somewhat depending on what system you play on, things could be different, and more stuff could be lost. Heck, with the Xbox 360 version of the game, you cannot access any level packs at all, basically making all those characters useless. And with the Wii U, and there's a lot of other stuff. And what's another thing to? Oh yeah, another thing to explain is the fact that is the fact that what's another thing I could explain? Oh yeah, Nintendo with the Wii U. Take it from someone who owns a 3DS. Basically, with the Wii U, and the 3DS, Nintendo has this piece of crap network called the Nintendo Network, which you could transfer your data and other stuff onto that. So you could transfer your data to another 3DS if you have a 3DS, but you need to buy another 3DS in order to do that. And same goes with the Wii U. So that means if you broke your Wii U or anything, that means all your data and DLCs are completely wiped. And so, like, only way you can get the DLCs on the Wii U is to buy a Wii U that already owns the DLCs. And with the Xbox 360, the only way you can access the DLCs is by using an account that already bought the DLCs. And I remember another thing probably worth mentioning is that the PS3 version. Yeah, it still works today, but just that could change any time. Heck, I remember. I've been hearing that they were planning to shut the PS3 store down back in 2021 until there was fan backlash to where they ended up changing their decision. So who knows? Sony could be planning to shut down the PS3 store right now. I don't know. I can't assure you that it's shutting down like tomorrow or so. But yeah, that could change at any time. Once the PS3 store shuts down, the LEGO Dimensions for the PS3 will be as worse as the Wii U version, or even worse as the Xbox 360 version of the game. Now, another thing that's worth mentioning is next problem, is that the fact of the toy tags and the aging of the game, which apparently I found out that toy tags were made with these cheap, with some basic NFT tags. After doing some researching, the toy tags have a point of a 10-year lifespan, which, if you were paying attention earlier, this game is about to be 10 years old later this month or later this year. And with that, a ton of NFT tags have already been dying with the game. And with that, you could be buying an NFC tag that doesn't work, especially for someone who has not even played the game ever. Now, anyways, with that, I also have been seeing people have been managing to get through the NFC tag issues by making fake NFC tags. Now, with that, I'm not ensuring you that you should be doing this, which, yeah, that is a problem to get through, but it doesn't feel like a Toys to Life game if the NFC if they're fake. Anyways, another thing I want to be aware of is modding or emulating modding. I have been seeing that people might end up modding your system, your console, and basically injecting the DLCs into your console directly. But with consoles like the Xbox 360, which is currently in positions of soft mod, meaning you have to take apart the system in order to mod it. Now, basically you have to take apart. If you take apart your system and change any things, that means you could risk your console being destroyed. One wrong move, and then your console is dead forever. But I know the Wii U is the most easier console to mod with because of the USBs and that stuff. But other than that, I know Nintendo is actually at the move of trying to brick your systems for modding. But my only bet is to avoid both the Xbox 360 and the Xbox 360 and Wii U version, and get the Xbox One and PS4 version of the game, which is backwards compatible to the Xbox Series X, which is playable in the Xbox Series X and PS5 thanks to backwards compatibility. But based on what's going on, backwards compatibility won't be there forever, as companies are ditching disk drives. And LEGO Dimensions is a physical game, meaning that there's no digital version of the game anywhere. And with that, if you think disk drives and that stuff will be staying there, will be the thing in the future and stay there, you are being incredibly wrong. And with that, no more the disk. Once the disk drives are once the disk drives are gone, the only way you can access LEGO Dimensions in 2025 or beyond is by having a console with a disk drive. But it'll make it worse if you actually end up having it'll make it harder if a ton of NFC tags are dying. Now, I am also aware about emulation, because I apparently found out you can actually emulate the game and basically play it through there and get a fake, and if you can actually end up playing the game with the right setup. But here's the thing. Nintendo is already at the move, and other companies are at the move of trying to get rid of their assisted emulators off the internet. So, without those, basically, they could change and probably be permanent forever, and making it harder for there. So, my only bet is to... And I also have been hearing people are trying to mod LEGO Dimensions, and they haven't seen how stuff that is possible to make it digital. But TT Games end up using a source that no longer exists for LEGO Dimensions to make the game. Anyways, without those sources, with those sources now gone, it make it harder to end up making a digital copy. I remember I heard about that they actually are LEGO Dimensions was also made with the same source that the other LEGO games on the PC was made with. Yeah, but anyways, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I mostly play on PC where it's kind of normal and digital, but the issue with Dimensions in particular is that this is a physical game with no digital version release. Anyways, I hope this video taught anything to you, and let's talk to me in the comments if I'm wrong, and I'll be responding to every comment you would respond to. Anyways, see you in the next video, and hope keep LEGO Dimensions alive. Bye.